Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first episode of the Forever Young podcast. Yeah, I'm feeling this. Hello, for those who do not know, my name is Jahlani, and originally I do YouTube stuff, make YouTube videos, mostly on Digimon, anime, gaming, that kind of thing. And I just had the idea that I really want to do a podcast. I really want to just bring my same energy I do in my videos, but also just bring it to this platform and just talk about an entire range of anything I'm interested in, whether it's anime, gaming, music, books, movies, food, anything. So that's why I decided on the Forever Young podcast. Now, it's still going to be, if you're watching this on YouTube, I appreciate that, but this will also be uploaded to Google Play and Spotify. Try to reach out to reach a wider audience, I should say. And first, I want to take the time to say thank you all for taking the time to listen to this, because right now it's just going to be me just rambling on, talking about different things I'm interested in. And if anybody has anything they want thoughts on, want a second opinion on, whatever, please do not hesitate to let me know. So, cause it's always nice to have a second opinion on things. But I'm for real. I'm just kind of hyped right now, cause there are a few topics I want to talk about today. I named this podcast Forever Young because I'm 25 years old, but not gonna lie, I have the mind of a child. I really do, and I just love so many, I guess, quote unquote, childish things. I like action. I like superhero movies. I like cartoons. I like Disney movies. I like anime, gaming, all that type of stuff. So it just, I don't know. It's just awesome, and I really take my childhood to heart, and I love being able to just share my opinion on what's new, what happened in my childhood, nostalgia, all of that type of thing. Now, before I just get all jumbled, I do have a set list of what I do want to talk about, so it's a little more organized. So the first thing I really want to talk about is the MCU, or the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for those who don't know. But if you don't know already, what have you been doing for the past 11 years? Because at the time I'm recording this, I have just come back from seeing Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, don't worry, I won't spoil anything, I promise. But I will say this. It left many questions, I will say, as to what we should expect in Phase 4 and beyond. But it also answered some of the questions that we've had, especially from the trailers, tied up a few loose ends. But one thing I will say is that y'all should look out for Spider-Man in Phase 4 and beyond, cause I know he's gonna get at least a third movie, and I'm just curious about what his life's gonna be like after the events of Far From Home, because it just I won't say mind-boggling, because just looking back into, and I'm trying to say all this without spoiling anything, looking back into the comics, everything more or less makes sense. Like, the sequence of events that happened, Didn't mean to hit my mic like that. The sequence of events that happened make sense as they tie into the comic. Not necessarily storyline-wise, but let's just say character-wise, personality-wise, and the treatment, essentially, of Spider-Man. That's all I'm going to say without trying to spoil it. But I will say what I liked about Far From Home is that it was a nice ending to the Infinity Saga. Or the first 3 phases, if you don't know. Now, this isn't a spoiler, because if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, then what are you doing with your life? It's been out for at least a month now. No, it came out in April. It's been out for 2 months. Or going on 2 months, I should say. Though, what Far From Home did was, it really dealt with appropriately the ramifications of the snap, and as well as the aftermath of Iron Man's death and how that affected Peter Parker. Just gotta think, cause right in the middle of the beginning of Far From Home, you get hit with the feels. That is not a spoiler. That's just facts. You will get hit with the feels. I still remember it. I still vividly remember the first scene, what was happening, the music that was playing. I'm just sitting there in the theater, eating my shrimp, macaroni, and cheese, drinking my lemonade, doing my thing, and I just hear the music. And I was like, boy, don't cry in the pasta. Don't cry in the seafood pasta now. The movie just started. You got to chill. You got to chill. But it really hits you. And going with the Infinity Saga, it was a wild ride, to say the least. Starting with Iron Man, starting with him just wanting to make a better version of himself. Like, here we have a billionaire, playboy, genius inventor who inherited his father's weapons manufacturing company, and he decided, nah, tech like this should not be given to the public. They shouldn't even have access to this type of stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make me a suit of iron. I'm about to take these terrorists down, and I'm about to put a suit of armor around the world, son. And to think, it started because one man decided that the world needs to be saved, and not by constant mass destruction. Even though through those past 11 years, we'd had constant mass destruction. But the MCU, it was a wild ride. Now, personally, for me, I'm not gonna lie to you all. I can't not lie. Growing up, I wasn't really into comic books. I read a lot of manga, don't get me wrong. But American comics, excuse me, I didn't really have it. Hope y'all didn't hear that. But as I was saying, I didn't have access to them. Not that I didn't have access to them, I just wasn't interested. I love superheroes though. Teen Titans, that was my jam. Like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, Wolverine, X-Men, Fantastic Four. I love the movies. I love superhero movies, but comics wasn't really my cup of tea until I got older. And that's even up until probably around last year when I really started getting into actual comic books. But what I love what the MCU does, it can bring like a casual superhero fan or just a regular moviegoer, and it can tie you into various characters. You get involved in so many different plots, like what, and you just start speculating who's gonna live here. How did he do this? Did you expect Captain America to live Mjolnir? Did you like? You just get to thinking. It gets you so involved, and that's what makes the MCU so great, because you get a personal investment into fictional characters, and I love it. I freaking love it. Now, just going off the top of my head, sorry, phone just notified. Gotta get out of that mindset. But just going off the top of my head, I'll say my top 5 favorite MCU movies. And this is out of 23 so far. My top 5 MCU movies are, I gotta give number 1 to Endgame. It culminated everything perfectly, and finally got, I wouldn't say closure, but it is definitely the appropriate ending to an era. And what, I don't know if y'all noticed, I'm pretty sure y'all noticed, but they were re-releasing it with some new scenes, and I got to see them new scenes. I got to go see it. And best believe I'm spending another, I don't know how much money it's gonna be, but I will spend another 3 hours in that theater just to watch some extra scenes. You know what I mean? Okay, so first it would be Avengers Endgame. Number 2, I would say it would have to be Captain America Civil War. Like, that was the first time outside of the Avengers that we get to see multiple heroes come together, even though they're on different sides of whether they should sign the Sokovia Accords or not sign it, but Superhero Registration Act. That's what I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Whether or not they should sign it or not, it was still pretty dope to see like a whole bunch of different heroes. Like, you had Ant-Man, Black Panther. We had Spider-Man make an official appearance. It was for Civil War. It was a pretty freaking ambitious project before Infinity War and before Endgame. And speaking of Infinity War, I'll give the number 3 spot to Infinity War. That's when Thanos came out of the woodwork, decided he about to snap, and he about to split. No, he about to save the universe. Even though he could have used that snap to create more resources instead of just wiping out half the entire population. But then we wouldn't have the beautiful Infinity War and Endgame. That two-parter of juicy goodness. So that was, what was that? That was Infinity War. And the ending to Infinity War, it just hurt. It really hurt. Like, we knew what was gonna happen in Endgame. And as a matter of fact, the writers, they wrote the ending to Endgame before the ending to Infinity War. So they already knew what was gonna happen. And if you just know common movie tropes, you'll be able to, you can know that they're not just gonna leave the heroes down. We don't know how they're gonna do it, but you know the heroes are gonna come back up. And but yeah, that's what I loved about Infinity War. The heroes didn't win. Thanos was triumphant. Thor didn't go for the head, and it was a great ending that led to so much in Endgame. Number 4, Black Panther. Wakanda forever. This might have to do because I am of the African persuasion myself, but you cannot tell me that Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa, my king, did not body that role. You cannot tell me that the Black Panther is not one of the top pantheon of Marvel superheroes. Even if you did not read the comics, even if you didn't know what else T'Challa was capable of, you can't tell me that the Black Panther wasn't the GOAT. You cannot tell me that Eric Killmonger wasn't a dope villain. Him usurping the throne because he wanted to help his peoples? Sure, his ends don't really justify his means, but even still, that entire plot, that entire movie was, to put it lightly, black excellence. I was really shook. I was freaking shook when I saw that movie, and I can't wait for the sequel. That's all I'm gonna say. You know Black Panther gonna have a sequel. So, and I'm just curious what's gonna happen next, because I honestly don't know any other Black Panther villains. I only know Killmonger. Maybe M'Baku might do something, but even in this universe, in this version, M'Baku isn't really all that bad. So I really don't know what to expect in Black Panther 2. But best believe day one, hopefully it's on a weekend, I'm about to be in there. Hey, I am about to be in there. Wakanda forever. Alright, that was number 4. Number 5. I got to put a little thinking in this. Because right now I'm thinking either Doctor Strange, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, which I'm thinking it might be Thor as the number 5, or Thor Ragnarok as the number 5 spot. I gotta give it to the God of Thunder. My man is, oh man, he truly came within himself. Sure, he got a little bit better in Infinity War and in Endgame. He got Stormbreaker after Mjolnir happened to crumble to the dust. But it was in Ragnarok when Thor, he became the hero that Asgard needed. He became their king that they needed. He decided he was not the god of hammers. He's the god of thunder. He has it within himself to be strong. He has it within himself to take back the throne, what truly belongs to him and his people. And yes, he had to destroy his home world to do so. It's freaking sad. It is so sad, but it's a learning experience for the man. It was Thor before he became Thor Albert. He did throughout the entirety of when Thor was introduced. He went from a pompous, arrogant, basically spoiled brat all the way up into somebody who's truly worthy to have the throne. And even when it came time for him to claim the throne, he decided it wasn't for him. He needed to clear his mind. He needed to do whatever he needed to do in order to make things right. And in his mind, that's giving the throne to Valkyrie, somebody else who he feels will lead New Asgard into a better age. So there we have it. We have Avengers Endgame. What did I say with number 2? Civil War. No. Yeah. Avengers Endgame, Civil War, Infinity War, Black Panther, Thor Ragnarok. Those are my top 5 MCU movies. So far, because that's only the Infinity Saga that we've been exposed to. Ooh. But before I get into what we could probably expect from Phase 4 and beyond, let me just say, I guess sort of my dislikes or ends. For me, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 or 2. Now, I have no problems with any of the characters, honestly. Probably Mantis, because I really don't know Mantis I feel like Mantis doesn't really get that much shine. But, like, I love Rocket. Rocket is the GOAT. He's my favorite of the team. Drax is freaking hilarious. I like Peter Quill. He's freaking dope, and Gamora is a freaking Green Warrior. Yeah. But I don't know, just the movie itself didn't really like wow me as compared to other MCU titles. Now, I haven't seen another one that I really haven't seen, so I can't really speak on it, is The Incredible Hulk. Now, I know they get so much flack for being a terrible movie. Again, I haven't seen it, so I can't really speak on it, but the Hulk is one of my favorite heroes of all time, whether it's Marvel or DC. He's the Hulk. He's someone who has potentially unlimited power just because his power is relative to the amount of anger he gets. But that's another discussion. I'm not here to discuss the science of comics. But yeah, like, as big as the MCU is, they have their, of course, few man moments. That for a lot of people is Captain Marvel. Even though I love Captain Marvel, I think Brie Larson does an amazing job at being Captain Marvel. But can't really please everybody. Excuse me. I really hope those burps aren't going into the microphone. If it is, I'm sorry. Anyway, going on, we have what I'm gonna say. What's to be expected in Phase 4 and beyond? Now, to be honest, there's a few things, but it's probably just been rehashed over and over again. And of course, I'm going to give my perspective on it, but it's more than likely just the same stuff that others have been saying. All right, so like they're already like sequels, or what we already know is that there are going to be some sequels. Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Doctor Strange 2. Those are highly successful films, so it would be pretty dumb not to give them a sequel. Especially we got to see how they're going to handle their lives after coming back. Like Doctor Strange, he got snapped away. T'Challa, he got snapped away. So it will be a smart idea to see how their lives are impacted after this 5-year gap. Along with Ant-Man, him dealing with his thing, Hawkeye or Ronin, whatever you want to call them. These heroes, I'm sorry, I'm listening to music. I almost lost it right there. Y'all can't see me because on YouTube it's just gonna be some gaming, but I digress. Phase 4. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I was seriously about to start jamming. But like I said, those 3 movies more than likely getting sequels. And then we already have the announced the Black Widow's movie. Rest in peace. I'm still sad and still shocked that Black Widow had to go. So more like 98% sure this is going to be a prequel, and it'll be nice because a lot during, let's say, Iron Man 2, Age of Ultron, we saw flashbacks of what Black Widow was like, And her and Hawkeye would always talk about their past together. Man, especially what happened in Budapest, which we need to know. I need to know what happened. I need to know what happened in freaking Budapest. So, let's hope that, I mean, the MCU is pretty good work. So, I have no doubts it will be a good movie, a good prequel to get from point A to where she was probably introduced in Iron Man 2. That's my take on it. We're gonna go from her past to her introduction to Iron Man. So we got the prequel and those 3 sequels. Also, highly anticipated. Well, there's also the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 with James Gunn after he's done doing his thing. So let's see. That's 5. That's 5. Then there's also talk of two new additions to the MCU. One regarding the Eternals, which there's a lot to go with. Long story short, the Eternals are essentially immortal beings, immortal humans, or humans who have reached the point of immortality, and they operate more on the cosmic scale. That's the best as I can explain it as of right now. Then we have Shang-Chi, which I'm actually pretty excited, a little bit excited for. It will be an Asian American led film, which always good. I'm all about the diversity, power to the people. And just doing a little bit of research, I found out that he's not. Though he is a freaking skilled martial artist, he's not technically a superhero. So I'm really curious to see how this is gonna turn out. Are they gonna be like? Is it gonna be like Batman? Cause let me tell you this right now, Batman isn't a superhero. He's just a man in a cape who has lots of money, lots of gadgets, and lots of skills. Yes, he is stupidly strong. He has reached peak human. I said puke. He has reached peak human conditions and can bench press at, I'm pretty sure, 1,000 pounds. But he is no superhero. He'll break your jaw for sure, but he is no superhero. Anyway, we're not talking about DC. We're talking about Marvel, MCU, Phase 4. So we have the 3 sequels: Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Black Widow's prequel. What else? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Shang-Chi, and the Eternals. So that's a pretty hefty list that we got going on into the future. So there's some pretty good stuff. And as somebody who loves some superheroes, I can't wait. I can't wait. I wanna see Captain Marvel 2. I can't wait. I'm gonna be in Wakanda again. I can't wait. We're going to the Comitage. I can't wait. Ooh. But 2019, as of right now, good year for movies. It will, from Endgame to Spider-Man, it was freaking amazing. And it is not just the MCU, which takes us into our next talking point. This is essentially, or what I want to get at, is new age of Disney animated films. Now, I mentioned before, I'm a child at heart. I love me some Disney movies. I grew up with animated Disney films: Pinocchio, Aladdin, The Lion King, Tarzan, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, all of that. So, seeing these remakes, or this new, well, let me just, before we get into the, well, this I can just start talking about the remakes now, because again, this is our childhood. It has built in nostalgia into all of this. So you can really, there are like two sides of this coin right now. You're either excited that these remakes are happening, that you can get to relive your childhood again in a new medium, or you have the other side of the coin. We absolutely cannot stand these remakes. They don't do justice to the original. They should just leave the original as it is and not ruin it. As for me, I'm on the former side of that coin. Now, I'm not gonna lie and say that every single remake has been faithful, has been true, and was even good. But I'm not also gonna say that they shouldn't make remakes and shouldn't try to capture the new generation. Because let's face it, those who grew up watching Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, The Jungle Book, the Little Mermaid, Cinderella, all that, they have kids now. I don't have kids, but I'm in that age group. You know what I'm saying? So they have kids now, and Disney, as bad as this might sound, is capitalizing on that. But I'm not trying to make it sound all negative or whatnot, because I like the new stuff. Like, first, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the first live action remake they did in this newer age was Beauty and the Beast, and that was the first one I've seen. It was either Beauty and the Beast or The Jungle Book. But at first, I didn't realize the new Beauty and the Beast was gonna be 2 hours long, and even Aladdin was I'm getting way ahead of myself. Anyway, the new Beauty and the Beast. Not only did they add a few more things, I'm trying to get these words right. They kept true to the original animated film. And also, what they did, they gave reason, or they explained the reasons, or as to why the Beast is like he is. Sure, they did that in the original too, but we got more in depth in the live action one. Emma Watson did a stellar job. The music was great. LeFou, he was progressive. It was Beauty and the Beast, good one. Aladdin, I just saw that like 2 weeks ago. I enjoyed it, and what a lot of people were really apprehensive on, or apprehensive with, was the genie. And I understand that. I do. Call me Kel Kimball. But you gotta keep in mind, though Robin Williams, rest in peace, is a legend, they have to replace him. Not replace him, but they have to find somebody to do the genie justice. And Willard freaking Smith, he bodied, killed, murdered, whatever adjective you want to use, he completely owned that role. And especially in this new age, I feel like Will Smith played it perfectly. He put his own charm into it. He made the genie his own. And honestly, I feel like Will Smith made the movie. I feel like the genie, like Robin Williams made Aladdin, I feel like Will Smith made, or had a significant part in making Aladdin as successful as it was. Now, I'm just reimagining Friend Like Me, his rendition of it, and I love it. I love it so much. Now the new one coming up. Wait, hold on. Before we get into that, let me speak on Aladdin again because they had a little bit more extra stuff. They weren't 100% true to the 1992 version of it, but all in all, the plot remained the same. They just added a few modern or a few different things, and I'll say the only thing I didn't like about the movie, spoiler alert, cause I guess Aladdin's still out. If you still haven't seen it, please skip past like 30 seconds or so. But what I did not like about the new Aladdin was the first prince that came to court Jasmine. Right now, they're in Agrabah, a fictional country in India, or fictional lands in India. City, whatever you want to call it. It's in India. Fictional place in India. And out come this European, Scandinavian, Iceland. This man did not fit at all in a place full of brown people. Not trying to sound racist or nothing, but this prince just felt, not only was he stupid, like literally stupid, but he just did not fit. It was just not for the culture. His role was pretty cringy. That's what I would say. Aladdin, that prince, woo! So glad Jasmine's smart. She got her head tight on her shoulders. Now, what's coming up? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little excited for it. More curious than excited. The Lion King. You can argue that The Lion King is the best animated film of all time. Whether that's nostalgia talking, whether you're being objective, whether you be subjective, whatever, you can throw up the debate that The Lion King was the best animated film of all time. Simba, he did his thing. Timon and Pumbaa, they are ingrained in the movie. And James Earl Jones' Mufasa, he made you feel he was your real dad. If your dads were lions and just roaming around the plains of Africa, Mufasa's your dad. Mufasa's your father. Shout out to Mufasa. So, the new movie has a lot to live up to. That's what I'm going to say. They have a lot they need to live up to. But you have the music. Just Can't Wait to Be King. Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Circle of Life. Like, those are ingrained into your childhood so much that they just define who you are, right? Oh, so of course it's all CGI. I hope that it really doesn't take away from the film. But we have a star cast. We have Donald Glover. We got Beyonce. James Earl Jones is back. So the new movie has a lot to live up to. I'm excited, but I'm also, I won't say apprehensive. I'm just worried. Truth be told, I'm a little bit worried that something might not bode well for those who grew up with The Lion King. But also keep in mind, this is also for the new generation. It's not just for those who grew up with it. It's more so for their kids, so they can have their own grasp. Because here's my thing. Here is my thing about nostalgia in childhood. What makes, like, we enjoy what we like as kids because I'm trying to make this. How do I make this make sense? How do I make this make sense? Like, just because we enjoy something as kids, I'm just gonna give an example. I'm gonna come to this later. Ed and Eddie, fantastic cartoon. Top 5 best cartoons ever, whether Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, whatever. But I feel like that's because it's ingrained in my childhood. Because that's just my opinion. It's just so good because the humor, the types of humor that everything else was going on during that time, it was just so ingrained into the show and ingrained into our childhood that it's hard not to see them through rose-tinted glasses, if you know what I'm saying. So that's what I feel like. Maybe this version of The Lion King will give our kids, or I don't got no kids, y'all kids, the same nostalgia as when we saw The Lion King for the first time. Oh, y'all get what that rambling was all about. Now, let me just also want to speak on the quote-unquote newer Disney films, like the new golden age of Disney, like the films like Frozen, Moana, The Princess and the Frog, that era of Disney movies. I feel like Disney took a step back after like Hercules and Tarzan, Lilo and Stitch, after those movies, and they took a step back and think, we really had something going on way back in the day. We were really about that life. Like the princess thing, it was popping. Why don't we revamp that, but also make it fit to this new generation? And Disney listened, and it freaking worked. That's all I gotta say. It worked. Frozen, still talked about. They got a sequel coming out, if it isn't already out. I'm pretty sure it's not out already, but still talk about Let It Go. Let me talk about this right now. Let It Go is a good song. It is a freaking stellar song. The only reason a lot of people don't like it is because it's overplayed day in, day out. Let it go, let it go. And they just hear that on repeat, mainly for their probably nieces, nephew, daughters sons, whoever, just watching it time and time again. That just got on their nerves. But objectively, the song isn't bad. In the movie itself, well, even though it involved a Disney princess movie, they didn't really stick with the traditional Disney princess narrative. Sure, there was they deconstructed that basic romance story, deconstructed and threw it in a loop, and the true love that happened in the end, that's the resolution, wasn't between a prince and a princess. No, it was some sisterly love, y'all. That sisterly love, and that's what I enjoyed most about the movie. The message that you're a strong, independent, snow-throwing woman, and you don't need no man. Same thing with Moana. There is no romance in that movie whatsoever, but it still killed. The Rock as Maui, the Rock is gonna do his thing regardless. But overall, Moana was a fantastic, great film, just about a young woman coming into herself, trying to really just defining who she is. She is a daughter of the chief, but she also loves being out. She also realized that she's descended from voyagers and loves being out in the ocean. So the entire movie, it's just about her just coming into herself. What is she going to do, and how she's going to do it? And ultimately, snaps. Of course it's gonna work out in the end. It's a Disney movie. So I feel like films like those, Disney to start really cranking out more of those. I just see the previews right now. I'm just other Disney films that are coming out, and not gonna lie, not a fan. Like I don't plan on going to see. Like, well, I just I can't even think of the titles in my head. I just can't see it. It was in the previews for the Spider-Man movie I saw, but like these new like movies involving like trolls and like and just others. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I probably just the way I grew up. I like the Disney princess films, or like the hero films, like Aladdin, Lion King, Simba, films around like those. Not gonna lie though, I don't like Snow White. I think that movie's trash. The original Disney one, I think that movie is garbage. But that's just my. I gotta stop hitting my mic. That's just an unpopular opinion of mine. But I digress. But I feel like Frozen, Moana, The Princess and the Frog, they had something with that. Wreck-It Ralph, that was a good one. I haven't seen it, but I heard it was good. But these movies, they did their thing. And I just hope that these newer films can provide the same impact that the films we watched did for us. Like, one of my all-time favorite Disney movies right now is Pinocchio. So I can retrace that movie over and over and over again. Just how short of saying boys will be boys, but that movie will show boys being boys can lead to some negative consequences. But that's the lesson. That's the lesson that these older films tend to have. Cause I don't know if y'all know this. Well, sure y'all know this. These films are, of course, based off fairy tales and the old folklore folk tales. But did you know that fairy tales weren't always geared towards children? Or sure, that they were geared towards children, but they had a lot. They were a lot more violent than these Disney movies put them out to be. These Disney movies clean the story so much. Like, if you knew the original, what happened, if Disney did what actually went on in these stories, they wouldn't have a company. I'll just say that right now. But these stories were precautionary tales to warn children, and also warn adults of some of the dangers out there in the world. Like, I'll say, for example, Little Red Riding Hood, the dangers of the dangers of strangers. Or I can't really talk about it because I was still gonna think Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. Those were gruesome, crazy tales. But it's good that Disney did clean those up and still was able to provide a positive message to their target audience. Now, real quick, well, still on the I guess docket of Disney movies, I'm gonna give you guys my favorite, my least favorite, overrated, and underrated. So my favorite Disney film, just off the top of my head, is Pinocchio. I said it before. Cautionary tale saying, oh, boys will be boys. Alright, let's see you turn into a donkey and get sent to the bottom of the ocean. Now we want to be a boy? I don't think so. And I just love Pinocchio's interaction with Pinocchio. I Got No Strings. I used to have that on my phone, not gonna lie. It's a good song. I've got no string to hold me down, to make me fret, to make me frown. I had string, but you can see there are no strings on me. I got a new roommate, so I gotta stop yelling. And I just met him too. Hope you don't think I'm crazy. Alright, so my least favorite Disney film, Snow White. That I just gotta say, no. I wanna say that's my least favorite. I would say my least favorite is probably Sleeping Beauty. Like I know the original story of Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, like the original. And just the entire concept of it, it just I don't like it. I don't like it. It rubs me the wrong way. You have, especially the concept of a sleeping princess. That's why I don't like Snow White either. Like, you just have a princess who is underage, I shall say, just sleeping. And granted, times are different, but it don't matter. You just have a sleeping princess in the middle of nowhere who can only be awakened by a kiss of a strange prince. Not only are standards an issue, but that's not cool, man. You don't just go putting your lips on random women. Like, I'm all for the Me Too movement. Hashtag Me Too. But whew. I'm just, and I can't shake the original tale of Sleeping Beauty out of my head. And I want this to be a family-friendly podcast, or at least coming from me. So I'm not gonna get into the details. But if you want to learn about these original fairy tales, I highly encourage you just to look them up on your own. Look at the origins of these fairy tales. Not to ruin your childhood, but just so you can be educated. I enjoy fairy tales. I like reading them. I got a whole book. I got many books of fairy tales. But I'll say the most overrated Disney film. Oh, I probably should have thought about this. I'm just going through them in my head right now. I'm pretty sure I had it at one point. The most overrated. I know a lot of people say Lion King, but Lion King is pretty freaking dope. Not gonna lie. Oh, overrated. Like, if you're watching this on YouTube, please don't be afraid to let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite, least favorite, overrated, and underrated? The most overrated animated Disney film. I want to say probably Cinderella. It's everybody knows the story. Most people probably know the story from the Disney film, but it's an alright movie. I would say that. You got talking mice. Who doesn't love talking animals? But I don't think Cinderella itself lives up to the hype. And the most underrated Disney film, I'll say Fun and Fancy Free. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. Sure, it's a little whimsical and out there, and really the plots don't really make any sense, because it's really just, I want to three-ish, 2 to 3 plots in one. It's been a while since I've seen it, but again, that's the nostalgia talk, and I love Fun and Fancy Free. I don't know how many times I watched that movie, but it involves Mickey, Goofy, Donald. Oh, Donald! Oh wow. Anyway, it's not the time to do impressions. Why? Goofy, it doesn't matter. But, woo! So I got, my favorite is Pinocchio, least favorite, Sleeping Beauty, overrated, Cinderella, underrated, Fun and Fancy Free. Woo! And I have, alright. Last thing I'm going to do, and this is kind of something I want to put towards the end of my podcast here, segment I want to call Unpopular Opinions. So I'm probably going to ruffle some feathers, and not going to lie, I kind of want to do that. But just the entire point of this, just me being true to who I am. And if you guys have any unpopular opinions of their own, then don't be afraid to own it. Be you. Don't be a sheep. So let's get into a few of them. First things first. I have never been into Harry Potter. Now, please don't crucify me for this. I had a good reason for this. Now, I grew up in a Christian home, and I still identify as a Christian today, but I'm a lot more open-minded. However, as a Christmas gift, one of the friends of the family gave me the first book of Harry Potter. Now, me being me back in the day, I didn't like reading too much, so I tried reading the first page, and I was like, I'll get to this later. And the next day, I was looking around for my book, like, hey, yo, where'd my Sorcerer's Stone go? Come to find out, like a couple of days later, my mom gave it away because she didn't want anything promoting witchcraft or magic or sorcery in our house. So because of that, now don't go blaming my mom. I love my mom. She's a nice lady. But I never grew up reading or watching any of the Harry Potter movies, and as I got older, I was like, I really don't care enough to try to get into it for myself. Now, I have taken the Pottermore test online because I am curious, so shout out to all the House Ravenclaws out there, because that's me. I'm a Ravenclaw, and my Patronus is a Saint Bernard, but that's all I know. I got a Saint Bernard, and I'm in Ravenclaw. Still, never really been into Harry Potter, but shout out to y'all if you are. Also, I do not like the Beatles. They are the most overrated, most hyped band out there. And I'm not, like I said, I'm just being me, and I cannot get into their music. And I've tried. I want to say I made a sincere effort, but I've heard plenty of Beatles songs, and I just don't like them. They aren't for me. Now, I've heard covers of Beatles songs, and I think they're better. I think the covers are better than the original songs. I'm sorry. That's just me being me. I just can't do it. And they have so many albums out there. But hey, Beatle fever happened. They got famous for a reason, so I'm not cutting back on their success. Their music isn't for me. Papa John's pizza is the GOAT. I prefer Papa John's over any other. I prefer it over Domino's. I prefer it over Pizza Hut, over Little Caesars. I don't know why people hate Papa John's pizza so much. Like, people say that crust tastes like cardboard. Have y'all been eating cardboard? What are you doing snacking on cardboard for? You can't get your fiber from that. Better eat some bran and get regular like everybody else. And have you tried Papa John's garlic dipping sauce? Mwah. And I would say the last thing, I prefer Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B. Now, hear me out. It's not like I'm a super big Nicki Minaj fan. Oh, that could be further from the truth. Or that couldn't be any further from the truth. I do like some Nicki Minaj songs. I like Super Bass, Anaconda, Did It On 'Em, Bees in the Trap. Like, I enjoy those songs. But the only Cardi B song I actually enjoy isn't even her own song. I only can listen to her when she's featured on the Finesse remix. Drop top Porsche, rolling on my wrist, Diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunt. Yeah, see, I can get down with that. But every other song she's on, no, y'all can keep that. If it's in a club, I'll turn up because that's what you're supposed to do in a club. But nah, son, not me. You will not catch me getting down with some Cardi B. If y'all part of the Cardi party, then party hardy. But not me. Not me. You will not catch my phone with Bodak Yellow. Nah. But I said all I wanted to say. Talked about the MCU a lot. Talked about Disney movies a lot. Roasted everybody. Roasted the most popular opinions on Earth. I feel good. I really do. I don't know. I just love doing this podcast. It's a different format. Not too much editing. Of course, you gotta clear this audio up a little bit. But really, I could just say what I want. In good taste, though. Say what I want. And just try to reach out to more people in a positive way. So, like I mentioned before, if you have any suggestions or topics that you want to hear my thoughts on, or then please don't be afraid to share those. You can comment them on YouTube. I don't know if Google Play or Spotify has comment sections or whatever, but I'll figure that out because this is the first episode, so I gotta upload that soon. So, but you will catch these podcasts will be a Friday thing. Friday on my YouTube channel and Friday on those other two sites or other two services. And if you're watching this on YouTube, the link to those services will be down below. So just in case you don't have time to watch an hour-long video or don't want to just watch it and you just want to watch it on the go or on your phone or something, they will be linked in the comments below. So thank you guys for coming to the Forever Young podcast. And my name is Jahlani. Thank you. And I will see you guys again. Bye.